Yeah, I guess the theme for this summer has pretty much been rain and wind. It's been hard to find good times to fly. And this morning it seems to be really quiet, so I got up early and I'm going off on a bit of a mountain expedition. I'm going to the top of a nearby ski resort, and it's quite high up in the nearby mountains. I actually cheated a little bit because when I was here last time there was absolutely no way I could fly. It was so windy and just gusts, and yeah, it was not happening on that day. I did get some fantastic footage that day of a bird slope soaring, so I'm gonna roll that now and then I'm gonna skip to today's flight after that. That was one flight that I've been meaning to take for a long time. I've been up here trying to get some flight footage several times in the past, but this place is really windy normally, and I've only been here ever once where it was possible to make a flight. Today it was fairly quiet most of the time, and then I got a few gusts, but it wasn't a big deal. And also right behind the camera there's a weather station on top of this little starting ramp that's being used for alpine skiing when they have competitions here in the winter. And you can tell by the measurement device up on the roof which way the wind is pointing exactly, so that's a really nice help. Also, the way it turned out when I landed, I had a slight wind and it was pointing directly against the nose of the airplane when I was coming in to land the way I wanted to land, so that was just perfect. And my sort of landing leg was only a few meters, so that was great. There were some really nice clouds that I was able to sort of weave through, and I was here just at the right moment, because even now as I'm speaking they are gone, so that was really lucky. Now, generally speaking, I like to stand at the base of a hill and fly upwards along the terrain, because that allows me to make a big climb and have a really nice long glide back and sort of try out the climbing potential of the airplane without ever having a lot of elevation above the terrain. Now, if you're flying from the top of a hill like I am today, it's kind of the exact opposite, so it's important not to climb too much. And it was sort of a little weird and scary when I was making sort of a few passes over myself that I normally would have made quite a lot higher, but when I could hear the plane coming towards me and I heard the engine noise or motor noise increase, I was kind of surprised at how low it came over. It felt kind of like I was buzzing myself in a low pass, just because I didn't need much elevation above myself to fly successfully above the terrain on the hills surrounding this sort of peak. Now, we're not at the very top of the mountain. If we go further up the hill behind me, and I did that with the airplane, I was able to film the ski lift station at the very top. That's the furthest most point you can get up with the ski lift, and then there's another like 50 or 100 meters up to the actual summit, and I wanted to fly there and get a little footage from there also. There's a bit of a monument there, but I didn't quite feel safe going that far away, because the plane was kind of disappearing behind the horizon of the hills right behind me, and that would definitely cut out my signals. I wouldn't be safe, and also I didn't want to have too much elevation above the terrain I'm flying over, and since I'm at the summit, you know, those meters get used up quite quickly. During the flight, I heard one full-size plane, which was kind of a reminder that we do need to stay respectful of others in the air, especially when there's people in those other crafts. We need to think about safety, and that's one of the reasons why I prefer staying low and flying from somewhere in the valley and kind of up along the terrain. But today was perfect to explore this area. Although it's definitely not a first exploration. I've been here once before when I was able to fly, but I've also been here several times where it was so windy it was no point in actually attempting it even. And before that, when I was a little younger and more handsome, I actually worked up here for a lot of years. There's a big nightclub restaurant type place really close to here. I actually flew right by it and got some nice footage of it on this flight. So I know this area very well. I've been up here in all kinds of weather and all kinds of seasons of the year. But back when I worked here, I didn't have much interest in model airplanes or much time for it, for that matter. So it was kind of new to go up here now and explore this area in a new light. And this is a skiing venue. It's close to my hometown, and it's also close to a really small town down in the valley below here. And this place is super busy in a couple of months from now when the snow is really thick, and by then you can't even drive your car up to where I'm at now. I'm kind of a service road. And during the summer season, they actually have mountain biking here, and they've adapted their ski lifts to sort of accept mountain bikes, and it's a really good operation. And that season is ending right now because it's getting cold. My hands are absolutely frozen. I sometimes fly with gloves in the winter time, but I skipped on those today. But I think it's time to dig them out of the closet again. I have some really nice thin gloves that are warm, but I'm still able to successfully manipulate all the switches and buttons and controls and levers on my radios. So those are nice, and I'm going to dig those out because it's definitely time. It's about 5 or 6 degrees Celsius, and I could really feel my hands being numb after that 25-minute flight or so that I just had. But at any rate, this was a really nice flight. I just absolutely loved getting this in on a Friday afternoon. It's going to be dark fairly soon. I mean, there was hardly any wind. It couldn't be better. I'm stoked. That was so much fun. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And obviously, if you liked the video, I would be very happy if you like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, bye for now.
I just can't get enough, for me I'm trying. I can't just give it up, all about timing. Yeah. I'm feeling myself now. That's how it's supposed to be, only good vibes now. Yeah. And I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Started from the bottom, heading for the top. Facing all my problems, go against the